Hi there! Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Julie DiMatteo from thepaperpixie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US. And in this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this really cute Harvest Hellos apple treat box. It holds 2 Mini Ghirardelli Squares, and I just love this bundle. We're going to be using the Harvest Hellos bundle. This will be available September 4th of 2019 in the new 2019 holiday catalog. And it comes bundled with the Apple Builder Punch. The great thing about this bundle is you can not only make apples, but also pumpkins. So perfect for the fall and year-round for all those teachers we love. So let me show you how easy this box is to make. All right, we're gonna start with a piece of Poppy Parade cardstock that measures 4 3/4 by 2 1/8. And along the 4 3/4 side, we're gonna score this at 1 3/8, 2 1/8, 3 1/2, and 4 1/4. I'm going to rotate this clockwise and score this at 3/4. Next, I'm going to fold and burnish on all the score lines, like so. And let me bring in a template here. We're first going to go ahead and remove this lower rectangle corner. I'm also going to notch in here on this little 1/2 inch side. And I'm gonna end up notching in these tabs, so we might as well do at least this side notch, like so. Then we're gonna go ahead and cut up each of the vertical score lines, stopping at that horizontal score line. Then we're gonna notch in these tabs. So do the other side of this one, and then this tab. Now, so we don't have any of the cardstock overlapping, I'm just going to cut off just a smidge of cardstock off of each of those tabs. I'll show you when we put the box together. I just don't like to add any cardstock bulk if I don't need to. And then we're going to come in and notch the other side of this tab, like so. So real easy so far. We're going to go ahead and put the box together. I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to fold on the second score line from the left, and I'm going to put glue along this little 1/2 inch tab. Then we're going to fold on the first score line from the right, and those should line up right where we want them to go. We're using our score lines to guide us. And because this is the seam, this is going to be the back of the box. So this is where I was going to show you. If we fold those tabs in, you can see that they are now not overlapping. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue on each of those tabs. Just kind of keeps the tabs in place. And then glue on the back of this front piece. Because remember, this is where the seam is, so this will be our front flap. So now I can go ahead and fold the back flap, then the front flap, and then I'm just going to kind of square it up with my fingers here and press into place. I also like to then flip it over and then press down with the bone folder to press those tabs down. So that's the basics of the box. Now let's go ahead and create our apples. All right, I've got all my cardstock out, the stamps, and the Versamark ink. We're gonna be using Soft Suede, Garden Green, and Poppy Parade. And the first thing I'm gonna do is take the embossing buddy. This is my original one from almost 10 years ago. It's the very first Stampin' Up! Product I ordered, and the rest is history. So I'm gonna just go ahead and brush that on the cardstock. This will remove any static, any oils from our fingers, and it'll prevent the embossing powder from sticking in places that we don't want it to stick. So I'm gonna do that to all 3. Then I'm gonna go ahead and stamp the apples first. So that's Versamark. We'll do both of them. I also want to stamp the sentiment, and we can just pick either one of them, like so. All right, so I've got white embossing powder. I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle that onto the apples. You do want to move a little bit quickly so we can get these both done at the same time. And then let's go ahead and heat emboss. All right, so our apples are done. Next, I want to share a little trick with you to get the leaf and the stem lined up. So I just took the Apple Builder Punch and punched from the cardstock. I took the stamp sets and laid them in the punched out holes. Then I took, so let's pretend that they're upside down like that. Then I took the acrylic block and picked up the stamp. So now when we stamp them, they'll be in the right position for punching. The funny part is that doesn't really matter for this project because we are going to be doing the stem in soft suede and the leaf in garden green, but I just thought I'd share that quick tip with you. So let's go ahead and we're going to do 2 stems. Of course, we're going to do the stem and the leaf because I have them both mounted on the block here. And then I'm going to quickly come in and do the garden green as well. All right, let's go ahead and heat emboss those. All right, now let's bring in the apple builder punch and we'll punch all of these out. All right, we've got all of our pieces parts here. So I'm going to start with the stems. Just going to use liquid glue for this. I'm going to put a little bit of liquid glue right at the base of the stem. And then I like to put the stem down on my work surface and then bring the apple to it. Gives me a lot more control that way. Then you want to make sure that you have the striations of the leaf are going upwards. Then I'm going to put a little bit of glue at the base of the leaf. And then we'll layer that at an angle here next to the stem. We'll repeat the same thing with the other apple. Ooh, those apples are so cute. All right, so we've got our little box here. I'm paying attention to where the seam is again. And this box is sized just right to fit behind that apple. So the first thing I'm gonna do is put a layer of glue on the front of the box. And the liquid glue gives us a little bit of wiggle time, but what I want to make sure is that I don't have any of the bottom corners of that box sticking out. It should line up just right. Slide things around a little bit if you need to. And then what I do when I get it in position, I'll take the bone folder and press from the inside to secure that into place. All right, so the front is done. Let's go ahead and do the back in the same manner. How cute is that? And it will sit upright. So now let's go ahead and put our Ghirardelli minis in there. I like to fold the wrapper ends behind themselves, and that's just gonna give them just the right fit to go right into that little treat box. How cute is that? I love this. I love the fact that you can just have a little pick-me-up for a teacher with some dark chocolate. Who wouldn't love that? Super sweet box. I know you'll see a pumpkin version of this for me at some point. But thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell so you don't miss my next video. If you're interested in purchasing any of the Stampin' Up! Products I used today, they'll be linked in the description of this video with the exception of the Harvest Hellos bundle. That won't be available until September 4th of 2019. However, if you really have to have it now, you can certainly add that to a starter kit order. I'd love to have you come visit me at thepaperpixie.com where I post projects every weekday to inspire you. I have options to subscribe to both my monthly newsletter as well as my daily blog updates, and I'd love to welcome you as a new subscriber. You can shop with me anytime at thepaperpixie.com/shop. And if you're interested in a discount on your Stampin' Up! Purchases, the starter kit is a great deal, and I'd love to have you join my team of Paper Pixies. You can purchase the starter kit at thepaperpixie.com/join. If you don't already have a demonstrator and you'd like a complimentary copy of one of our catalogs, you can submit a catalog request to thepaperpixie.com/catalogs. And if you give this project a try, I'd love to see what you made, so feel free to share it on social media with the hashtag #PaperPixie, and I'll be sure to check it out. Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Take care. Bye.